So The Homesman, which is directed by Tommy Lee Jones, based on a novel by Glendon Swarthout, which has been hailed. This has caused some sort of ructions between viewers. It has been hailed in some quarters, including by some of the people who've made it, as a feminist Western. There was an interview with Hilary Swank in which she claimed it as the first feminist Western, although that may have been the headline claiming that rather than her, which of course it isn't. I mean, there have been feminist Westerns before. And in some ways I can understand that in concentrating primarily on the central character played by Hilary Swank, who is Mary Bee Cuddy. She's in 19th century Nebraska. At the beginning of the drama, there are three traumatised women who have been driven to insanity by the harshness of their domestic situations. And they have to be taken from Nebraska to Iowa, where there is a place of safety for them. And they're trying to find somebody to take them. And Mary Bee Cuddy, who is this woman who used to be a teacher, came from New York, has set up her own farmstead, is constantly rebuffed by men, decides that she is going to do this. Very, very early on, she comes across this dangling wretch played by Tommy Lee Jones, and she insists that in repayment for her setting him free, he helps her on her journey. Here's a clip.
What's your job?
3 women in this country have lost their minds. Their husbands can't care for them properly. You and I are going to take them back across the river to Iowa.
The Missouri River?
We leave tomorrow.
Hell, that's 5 goddamn weeks from here.
I will not sit still for profanity in my house.
I can see why you're single.
I need someone who can hunt and guide and spell me at the reins and help with the animals on the trip. That's why I set you free. It's your job, and you sworn to do it.
3 crazy women for 5 weeks is a lot more than I bargained for.
If you lied to me and intend on abandoning your responsibility, then you are a man of low character. More disgusting pig than honorable man.
Thank you for the kind words, sister. You're no prize yourself. You're plain as an old tin pail and you're bossy.
Good. So, and that's okay. So that's the setup, and that's an interesting setup, and it's a film which is it's imposingly lensed by Rodrigo Prieto. It looks the landscape looks harsh and kind of unforgiving, and it's got grit under its fingernails. And Tommy Lee Jones, you've probably seen the still of Tommy Lee Jones and Hilary Swank, in which Tommy Lee Jones has got that kind of spectacularly bewhiskered face, and he looks like that kind of saddlebag look that he has.
We'll look like that soon.
And Hilary Swank is terrific. And at the beginning of the film, you're thinking, this is really good. This is doing something, and it's doing it interestingly. And I suppose people might think of Meek's Cutoff, but it's it's working. And then there is a moment about 2/3 of the way through in which the drama suddenly decides that it's it's not going to follow the character that you're interested in. Something happens, and there is one spectacularly misjudged fireside sequence, after which the drama really becomes interested in Tommy Lee Jones' character, who is, I have to say, less interesting than the Mary Bee Cuddy character. And it's weird because it's almost as if the film suddenly sells out its central character in a way that, I understand that the narrative might do that because it's not what you expect, but the problem is it kind of feels like it sells out the ground that it has achieved. It starts out being a film that is centrally concerned with a woman who is strong and independent, and yet knocked back by men who are not her equal, and it played brilliantly by Hilary Swank, and Tommy Lee Jones directing with that kind of Eastwood-esque confidence in which nothing is overdone, nothing is overplayed, everything is simplicity is the key, and you're getting a sense of the landscape, and then it suddenly decides to sort of shortchange that. I'm trying not to give you a plot spoiler, so I won't. But for me, that therefore made it something which is hugely frustrating, because all the things that are right about it, it's buoyed up by brilliant performances. It's weighed down by this sort of descent into cliche, and the whole thing is kind of leavened out by the landscape. So it is a very, very mixed bag. And I came out of it feeling genuinely conflicted and thinking it's a shame, because I thought for 2/3 of it was a really interesting film, and then it just kind of decided that it was more interested in, what you were saying before, it's more interested in the other guy.
Is it?
And I don't want to blow any plot spoilers. So
no,
fine. Is it
the best Western since Unforgiven?
No.
Thanks for the clarification, Mark.